The WNBA just finished their investigation into alleged inappropriate comments made against Reese at the Indiana Fever game, and the results are devastating for her credibility. There is no evidence, no recordings, no credible witnesses, just social media chatter. Tyler Marsh, her own coach, confirmed he heard nothing during the entire game. Well, guess what? The WNBA believed Angel Reese and whatever she thought she heard hook, line, and sinker with no regard for the new WNBA fans, which now, by the way, greatly outnumber the old ones. Statement today that essentially cleared Fever fans of the misconduct allegations from the Fever Sky game, which was the season opener for both teams. Now, everyone is wondering if Angel Reese and her supporters were just fabricating drama to target Caitlin Clark and Fever fans, and how instant karma hit everyone who fueled the allegations, including some prominent ESPN reporters. If you agree with the Fever comment, I stand with the Fever down below. Let's go. It appears that the Chicago Sky released a statement essentially saying that we lied. The WNBA conducted a thorough investigation into these alleged racist remarks, and guess what? They found nothing at all. On May 18th, the league issued official statements condemning hate and discrimination, making it sound like something serious. When they went down to Gamebridge Fieldhouse during the Fever Sky game, they used all the appropriate language about racism having no place in the league or society. The Indiana Fever immediately cooperated, releasing a statement confirming that they were working with the investigation and remain committed to providing a safe environment for all players. And the truth is that at first they said, oh yeah, we're looking towards everything. Then they had to double down and they actually redacted the statement saying, we're looking at everything, saying, no, we're actually not looking at most of the stuff. We're looking at a lie spread on social media that went viral. We are looking into a literal lie that was spread on social media and then spoken into fact. We are looking at a lie, but here's where it gets interesting. No one at the game actually heard anything suspicious. Coach Tyler Marsh bluntly acknowledged that his team was unaware of any hate speech until they saw it go viral on social media. When reporters asked him when he learned about the alleged racist remarks, his response was brutally honest. When everyone else did, they took a moment to consider that the Chicago Sky's head coach sitting on the bench had no idea that his player was being made offensive remarks during the entire game. Compliance with them, with the league, and obviously there's no room for hate in our game. So I'm not sure when you found out about the hate speech that took place, Coach. I believe that when everyone else did, I thought, well, we heard about it, and so we're just forthcoming with anything that the league was able to do investigation-wise. The Sky organization was caught completely off guard when they learned about their own players' alleged experience through viral videos and Twitter posts rather than from Angel Reese or anyone else who was actually present. This timeline makes no sense if something actually happened during the game. Courtside coverage of the game remained silent about hearing anything inappropriate. Security footage showed nothing noteworthy. Audio recordings from the arena turned up zero evidence of racist comments. Oh, Tyler Marsh is about to be run out of Chicago. First things first, let's hear what Angel Reese has to say. Let's listen to Angel Reese. And if you guys pay attention, listen to her voice and listen to how she's on the edge of breaking down. Very funny. Beach, yeah, obviously there's no place in this league for that. I think the WNBA, let's also watch the nervous body language and nervous twitching. Yeah, our team and organization have done a great job supporting me, being able to support me in going through this whole process. Of course, it could happen to me, it could happen to anyone, and I think they've done a great job supporting us in this. How did it affect you on Saturday? I think I have a great support system, and I'm loved by a lot of people. The WNBA's investigation involved collecting information from fans, the team, and arena staff, as well as a thorough review of the audio and video from the game. They looked everywhere, even the Indiana Fever organization, remaining confident that their fans weren't involved in anything inappropriate. They knew their fan base had nothing to hide, as evidenced by their willingness to participate openly in the investigation. I didn't think these things would be discussed this year, and they're definitely not at this point. But here we are again, because today, Indiana Fever players and fans are being questioned. In one post, someone is literally calling and discussing the need for a boycott, which is what the All-Star Game is all about in terms of player safety. The investigation essentially turned into the WNBA pursuing ghosts based on unverified claims and social media rumors. The league spent 9 days gathering evidence of something that apparently never happened. They analyzed all available audio and video footage, spoke with arena staff, team members, and fans who were nearby, and looked at security camera angles from various locations around the court. On May 27th, the WNBA released a simple but devastating statement announcing the conclusion of their investigation. The league discovered exactly what everyone at the game already knew. Nothing happened, no racist remarks or inappropriate fan behavior, and no evidence whatsoever to support the viral claims that had taken over social media for more than a week. The league has also taken a big L because there is no apology to any fans whatsoever in this completely BS statement issued by the league. The WNBA felt compelled to launch a full investigation based solely on online chatter and unverified social media posts. Meanwhile, everyone who was actually present at Gainbridge Fieldhouse that day knew the truth from the beginning. The discrepancy between what happened in real life and what exploded online couldn't be more obvious. Reese's credibility just took a hit, and the league, which has never made a profit, decided to accuse its own fans of being responsible for the entire situation. A massive hit, and I do appreciate them following up and clearing the air. But the story should never have been dirty in the first place. It continued to paint a narrative about Fever fans and Caitlin Clark fans, which is unfair and in this case completely unwarranted. Let's talk about how this whole controversy started, because it wasn't from anyone who was actually there. The allegations started to circulate through viral social media posts and videos, but none of them contained clear audio or video evidence of offensive remarks. You had anonymous. There should not have been a statement until there was something substantial, because in my opinion, the statement itself was what opened up the entire can of worms. I was at the game, mind you, and it was a normal sporting event. I mean, nothing out of the ordinary. Fans cheered their team and booed the other team. Good environment, fun game. They were happy afterwards. I think Fever fans were happy afterwards, of course, because their team smacked, the Chicago Sky smacked Angel Reese Company. The issue is that when you actually look at these viral posts, the smoking gun evidence simply isn't there. The audio quality was poor, the context was missing, and the alleged comments couldn't be clearly identified. Social media users started filling in the blanks, turning speculation into assumed facts. Within hours of the game ending, the people pushing this story the hardest were the same ones who weren't even at the game. They started sharing clips within hours of the Fever versus Skyime ending, making bold claims about what happened without any concrete proof, adding their own commentary and assumptions about what allegedly happened, and each share gave an additional layer of certainty to what were essentially unproven allegations. What do you think about the league's response just coming out right away and starting the investigation? Well, as I mentioned earlier, they understand that this is the priority, and they preach that there is no place for this. I believe that 2 days prior, they put out a statement saying that there is no place for hate speech, and the women in this league are aware of that. I think that every player in this league should be treated with respect, and they should want to come to work. Just have fun and have a great environment to work at. I think they've done a great job putting that out, and we're obviously just going to respond as they need to. Damn, I really wish Angel Reese would talk and step up about all of her fans calling people all these nasty names. Oh, how wonderful it is to be silent and have no one criticizing you. The Chicago Sky PR team made things worse by limiting press access and preventing reporters from asking follow-up questions about the situation. When reporters tried to delve deeper into the egregious foul discussion, a Sky PR staffer interrupted, saying she already answered. Sports reporters, camera operators, team staff, and fans sitting in premium seats all remained silent about witnessing the alleged incidents. Their silence speaks volumes when you consider how quickly they usually report on controversial moments during games. But the telling admission is that we found out, or I found out, when everyone else did. This tight control over media access effectively ended any chance for clarification and only fueled more speculation about what actually happened. Meanwhile, actual attendees and media members sitting courtside remained suspiciously quiet about hearing anything inappropriate. The viral nature of the claims created an echo chamber where people were sharing and resharing unverified information as gospel truth. Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok became breeding grounds for misinformation as users competed to have the most outrageous take on the situation. The algorithm rewarded engagement, so the most inflammatory posts got the most visibility. What does that indicate? That the Sky did not know or hear anything in real time or see anything in real time. That makes the Sky, that makes the Fever, all of the people who have spoken from the arena had taken over, so there are currently no cameras or cell phones to support the alleged hateful fan comments, fan misconduct, or whatever you want to call it. And given all the information we have, the leading theory must be that the investigation is based on the social media nonsense, as Tyler Marsh, the head coach of the Chicago Sky, admitted that he found out about the allegations when everyone else did. This completely undermines the narrative that something obvious happened during the game, and if racist remarks were loud enough and clear enough to traumatize a player, the coaching staff must be sitting right there. Marsh's statement demonstrates that even Angel Reese's closest friends and family were unaware that anything improper had happened until social media informed them of it. Just a quick follow-up. Did you ever have any problems with that while you were coaching in Indiana? I believe my attention was always on the team, the organization, and doing my job as best I could. So yeah, that's kind of what it is. Were you wearing this during the game or just at that moment? I was focused on our team and game plan against Indiana. What we're witnessing is a classic example of social media generating a controversy where none actually existed. This pattern should make everyone more wary of viral claims that lack hard evidence. For example, when Angel Reese called Caitlin Clark fans hostile and toxic, it backfired spectacularly. Reese spent months attacking Clark's fan base for being violent and causing bad environments in women's basketball. She portrayed herself as the victim of an unruly fan base that allegedly made the sport less welcoming for other players. Her narrative positioned Clark supporters as the issue affecting women's basketball culture. Of course, she didn't substantiate the allegations because they were unfounded rumors spread online by Angel Reese fans. But now the WNBA investigation found no evidence to support claims of racist remarks made by Fever fans, which puts Reese in a very awkward position. She spent a lot of time criticizing the actions of Clark supporters, but when the league did a thorough investigation into the alleged misconduct by those same fans, they found nothing. The timing couldn't be worse for her credibility. The Chicago Sky has to admit, once again, that Angel lied. I'm sorry, bro. It looked like she lied, and her team members might have lied, just like Tyler said. He didn't heard nothing until we heard it, bro. If there was racism involved, he would have heard it. The situation becomes even more complicated when you consider that Angel Reese allegedly reshared a TikTok video that made fun of Caitlin Clark. The video featured multiple photos of Reese and an image of Clark after she had flagrantly fouled Reese during the game with the caption, "White girl running from the fade." This action has been seen as a provocative move, further fueling the existing rivalry. While Reese was busy denouncing toxic behavior from other fan bases, she was apparently engaging in her own dubious social media activity that targeted Clark directly. I guess it's not me. I mean, it's a crazy white girl running from the fade. There's Angel Reese right there, and Caitlin Clark is doing the responsible thing so as not to ruin her public relations. For example, Reese's previous remarks about Clark fans being problematic now seem like projection, especially in light of how this investigation turned out. She spent months blaming others for their actions while possibly creating the very hostile environment she claimed to oppose her supporters on social media. We appreciate the league's prompt action and the Indiana Fever's willingness to look into this matter. This process shows the league's strong stance on stopping hate at all WNBA games and events, and we will continue to support those efforts. The same people who criticized Clark fans for being too aggressive immediately jumped on these allegations without waiting for evidence. They shared posts, made inflammatory comments, and created a mob mentality around unproven claims. According to Chicago's Sky, the situation exposed the massive double standard at play. See here, man, they have to give credit where credit is due. I'm just curious to see what some of these Chicago Sky fans have to say. One fan commented, "You should have probably included in here that the claims was unsubstantial. Your players smoke on them as if they were facts. You are truly shameful organization." This doesn't mean that the claim is untrue and unsubstantial, but it does mean that the admin has to apologize for all the rumors that started and the way people treated the Fever organization. The administrator has disabled comments and deleted all responses. This is crazy, bro. During the investigation, Chinawake said, "Hey, everybody, I'm sure you've seen the WNBA statement on the investigation, and I want to address this with the same energy I did the first time, because if you really believe that this situation was problematic from the beginning." ESPN personalities who initially supported Reese's version of events had to retract their comments on live television once the facts came to light. While attempting to protect a player who may have contributed to false allegations, team management found themselves in a difficult situation where they had to choose between defending their player and dealing with the fallout from unsubstantiated claims. If you know me, you know that I always do my best to support the WNBA and celebrate its incredible players, coaches, and fans. That is the foundation of everything I do, but I'm not afraid to say that I can do better. I apologize that my message was sent in a moment of panic, because when I first spoke about the subject, it really came from a place of care. It was based on firsthand conversations with people who were very close to the situation, and they expressed genuine concern. They told me about their experiences, and I felt that it was important and necessary to acknowledge those allegations as well as to voice those experiences. Now, I completely understand that it may have affected fans in a way that I did not intend, and I'm sorry. After the WNBA's findings were made public, it was painful to watch ESPN hosts backtrack in real time. However, I'm also glad that the WNBA handled the situation with the utmost seriousness and carried out the investigation. I know that having a platform comes with a responsibility, and I don't take that lightly. As our league grows, I'm going to grow with it, and I'm determined to improve the way I share perspectives and develop alongside the game that I genuinely love and adore. Some of my favorite memories as a professional were playing in Indiana. I genuinely think that the WNBA has the most ardent fans, and I'm thankful for our community. I hope you know that's who I am. All right, thank you, guys. The WNBA found no evidence to support these allegations, but social media was rife with unverified claims for more than a week. Support players like Caitlin Clark, Kelsey Mitchell, Sophie Cunningham, Lexi Hull, Aaliyah Boston, and the rest of the Indiana Fever, who focus on elevating the game rather than creating controversies. This whole mess raises serious questions about whether Ree and her supporters are actually making women's basketball more hostile. The investigation's findings suggest that the very people complaining about toxic behavior may be the ones causing it. Play at a high level and let their basketball speak for itself. The 2025 WNBA season should be about showcasing talent and development rather than chasing false narratives and social media phantoms that only hurt the sport we're trying to develop. If you agree with the Fever, please leave a comment below, like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you don't miss anything. Click the video on the screen, and we'll see you in the next